Barry, thanks a lot for spending the afternoon with us. I appreciate your time very much. I know you're a busy man in Minneapolis, but give us a little idea about introducing yourself as well as a little bit about what the John Ambassador Program is.
Certainly, Ron. Thanks. It's great to be here. I am. My name is Barry Westrum. I am the Chief Marketing Officer for Taco John's, based here in Minneapolis. And we saw an opportunity over the course of the last couple of months to get into the name, image, and likeness business, if you will, where we felt like we could connect with some of our cult followers that happen to be college students who, when you think about their lifestyle, value and coffee really resonate. And so when we launched our new cold brew line of coffee products, we felt like NIL was a great place for us to play. But of course, we wanted to do it in our own way. And so that's why we invented our John-bassador program, where all of our athletes across the upper Midwest, a wide range of genders and abilities, all had to be named John or Johnson or have some form of John in their name. We thought that was a fun way of doing this in a way that's very unique to our brand.
You started with 8 sports folks?
That's correct, and we are continuing to expand. We'll believe it will be up to 20 here as the fall progresses, and we want to continue to grow. We think this is a great way to connect with a younger audience, and in a way that we really resonates with our brand.
And given the fact you mentioned the gender differences there aren't very many women named John. How are you dealing with that?
Well, that's where the last name comes in, Johnson, and any form thereof. But all we ask is that these student athletes, we know they're on a budget. We know our brand resonates with value, and so if you're passionate about the Taco John's brand, like a lot of our college students are, we think there's a space for you on our team.
What has the NIL program? I know it's giving you a little leverage into the sports market, but in general, as a marketing device, how is the NIL program working?
Yeah, it's exciting for us. Our brand, this wonderful 50-year-old brand, we're in a lot of upper Midwest, smaller college towns. And what a great way to resonate in these communities. In Cheyenne, Wyoming, we have someone on the football team. We have a wheelchair basketball player here in Minnesota. And so these are folks that we can sponsor. We get a lot of coverage from these towns that we do business in. And frankly, that allows us to kind of continue our strategy of resonating in these upper Midwest markets. As we grow and we continue to add new markets across the country, that'll continue to be our strategy. We have bigger competitors that will compete at the national television level. We're a grassroots kind of guerrilla marketing brand, and this is perfectly suited for us.
Speaking of expansion, you signed a deal with Meritage earlier this summer. How does that fit into growth plans for the brand overall?
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for this brand. We have a fantastic partnership with the Meritage folks, the largest Wendy's franchisee. And I think they see what we see in this business, where there's a lot of white space for growth. Every city in America has other quick serve taco chains. We're a higher quality alternative. Every city in America has, kind of the fast casual burrito shops, but those are expensive and they are time consuming. We're a better, faster, and cheaper alternative to those folks. And so that's where our brand is positioned, and I think the Meritage folks see the same thing. And that's why we think we are on a tremendous growth trajectory. We're in 22 states today. A wonderful footprint that we can expand on as we move east and as we move south. And the Meritage folks being based there in Michigan, were a great first step for us.
How is the brand and this reorganization that you did as far as executive staff survived the pandemic?
Well, it is, it's been a tumultuous year for everyone. When I talk about our brand, I say, we were, kind of at the onset of the pandemic, a brand in crisis and an industry in crisis and a society in crisis, right? But I think our people and our franchisees banded together tremendously. We kind of rolled up our sleeves and said, what is it that we need to do in order to not just survive, but thrive? And we're up double digits on a 2-year basis from a same-store sales growth perspective, consistent with some of the bigger players in the industry. And we did it by really leaning on our people and making sure that we gave them all the tools they need to make the right decisions at the restaurant level and at the chain level. We're excited about our transformation as we, Cheyenne's a wonderful birthplace of the brand, and we will always have a presence in Cheyenne. But we felt the big opportunity to be here in Minneapolis, closer to our franchisees. Minnesota is the biggest state, or the state with the largest number of Taco John's current units. We see big expansion opportunities in the state as well. But there's also a wonderful talent pool here in Minneapolis across a wide variety of functions: marketing, culinary, operations, supply chain. And so we saw that as a great opportunity to tap into the talent of the Twin Cities. And we are excited to be here.
And last question for you. This is part of our Snapshots of Success series. What do you think it takes for a restaurant brand to be successful in this kind of vaccine era environment?
Yeah, the key really is to focus on your people. We all know the industry is really facing difficult staffing challenges, as we see in our own stores, as we see with our franchisees. Those restaurants which have built a culture based on taking care of their people, being a great teammate, being committed to great guest service. Those are the ones that have the highest retention levels, the best sales performance, the best guest satisfaction measures. And it's really the era we live in now, where if we're kind to one another, we take care of one another, the business performance will come along. And that's what we're emphasizing with our teams today.
And speaking of teams, who is your next John for your lineup for the John-bassadors?
Well, we're kind of scanning the sports pages every day to see who's performing and more importantly, who's kind of embodying the spirit of Taco John's. We believe we're a bigger, better, bolder alternative, and not just in terms of on-field performance, but off-field performance. If you've got the bolder personality and a zest for life, and we're your brand, and that's what not only what we espouse as a brand, but also in our John-bassador program.
Well, I look forward to seeing the next one, Barry, and thanks a lot for spending time with us today.
Excellent. Pleasure was all mine.